Reliance Jio has started making inroads into non-metro cities. The country's newest telecom operator is banking on its 4G-enabled JioPhone to increase its presence outside the cities identified by the telecom regulator as metros, namely Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata. But the tariff war is surely taking a toll on revenue and hurting the industry as a whole. Soumeet Sarkar is standing by to take us through the numbers. Morning, Soumeet.
Good morning, Neeraj. Now, if you see, Reliance Jio's tariff plans and JioPhone have helped the company garner more revenues from non-metros. Now, if you see Reliance Jio's revenue from metros, that is Delhi, Mumbai and Kolkata, it has remained flat compared to last quarter, while it has reported a growth of nearly 18% when it comes to income that the company has generated from non-metros. Now, while for its other two telecom operators, that is the other two private telecom operators, Vodafone Idea and Bharti Airtel, now they have exactly seen opposite trends. Now, Vodafone Idea's revenue from metro cities have increased 5% as against a decline of nearly 10% from non-metro cities. And for Bharti Airtel, the revenues from non-metro circles have declined nearly 2.2% as against an 18% growth when it comes to metro circles. Now, the key data point, Reliance Jio's revenue market share, now that has yet again increased for the fourth consecutive quarter, and now they control more than 1/4 of the revenue generating telecom market. In Q2, the revenue market share was close to 26.2%, while that of Bharti Airtel and Vodafone Idea, it declined to 31% and 32.8% in the second quarter of financial year 2019. Now, if you see, since Reliance Jio has started reporting its numbers, it has garnered most of its market share from Vodafone Idea. It has gained nearly 9 percentage points of revenue market share from Vodafone Idea, while from Bharti Airtel, it has gained nearly 3 percentage points of revenue market share. The state-owned BSNL has considered nearly 1 percentage points of revenue market share, while the other telecom operators who have currently shut shop have contributed nearly 10.5% of market share to Reliance Jio since Reliance Jio started reporting numbers. Now, if you see the adjusted gross revenue numbers for Vodafone Idea, it has declined in the last 1 year by around 6 to 7%. For Bharti Airtel, after registering a marginal growth in the first quarter of financial year 2019, it has yet again declined in the second quarter by nearly 3%. For Reliance Jio, after seeing a slowdown in its growth rate in the last 2 quarters, it has again picked up in the second quarter. In the second quarter, the adjusted revenue growth was around 16% as against a growth rate of 14% in the first quarter, while for BSNL, the growth has declined to around 17% after registering a growth of nearly 7% in the last quarter. Now, if you see the telecom sector as a whole, the revenue has yet again declined in the second quarter compared to first quarter, but that could be because second quarter is seasonally weak for the telecom operators. Now, in the second quarter, the adjusted gross revenue of all the telecom sector was close to 31,900 crore rupees. That is a decline of nearly 1% after registering a growth of close to 1.3% in the first quarter of financial year 2019.
Okay, that's interesting. Soumeet, I just have one follow-up to this question. And one follow-up to this piece. One is the kind of inroads that Jio might be doing, and if they've started making inroads, this could well be a start of a trend. What would that imply for the revenue market share or overall market share that Jio might have access to or gain over the course of the next 2 or 3 quarters? Have experts been able to predict that?
Well, if you see, they have been exactly focusing on markets where most of the revenue comes in from, that is from the non-metro cities. Now, there are nearly 22 circles, only 3 circles fall in the metro cities, while the remaining 18 come from the non-metros. So they have been focusing more on the non-metros, and if you see the JioPhone pricing plan and the other tariff plans, they have also been focused more toward the non-metro cities. If you focus more on non-metro cities, obviously a revenue market share is expected to increase going forward, because that's where most of the chunk comes in when revenue is
and what does all of this mean for Reliance Industries as a stock? We now stopped talking about Reliance as an oil and gas major, but more as a telecom major. And if they're taking all the right steps, what does it mean for the stocks? What are brokerages saying? Not just on the back of this news, but overall. Well,
brokerages have continued to remain bullish on the company, and there have been no change in their stance when it comes to Reliance Industries, and that's not only because of Reliance Jio, but also because of its other other business units like the refining business and also the retail business, which have been also doing well for the company in the last 1 year or few.
Well, things falling into place. Interesting. Soumeet, thanks so much for putting that into perspective.